Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Here I'm going to talk about the psychology of teenagers. Two main psychological issues that teenagers are facing, and they're not able to express that to their own parents, and parents again are not able to understand their children as well. So before we proceed, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and also hit the bell icon so that you get notified whenever these insightful videos are there uploaded on YouTube. Now let me come into this topic, which is very crucial topic. Psychology of teenagers. The very first thing that the child or a teenager doesn't want to listen to is that you are a child. The sentence or the words that hits like, or it's like a bombardment into their brains that you are still a child, and this is something that the child is not able to cope up with. Again, I want to mention here there are two main hormones that are very active in teenagers, and that is dopamine, and the second one is oxytocin. Oxytocin is something related to their sexual bodily changes that takes place, whereas dopamine is something related to decision making, and also it helps to learn new patterns and new languages. That is the reason you might have seen how children are very swift, especially in teenagers. They are very swift in taking actions. It's all because the dopamine is the hormone called dopamine is very active in their mind, and that brain releases dopamine. The moment it releases dopamine, the child reacts. It is a kind of a threat for the child. When the child feels that my mom is telling me about I'm still like a child, it is like a threat. So when it is a threat, usually there are three ways to respond to threats. That is, first is fight, freeze, or flee from the place. You might have seen how children flee away, or they run away from the scene if they are very scared. Sometimes they fight back, they respond in such a way that they sometimes react also. Now the third thing is freeze. You might have seen when the car comes in great speed, how do we stand? We just freeze for a while. We don't know where to go, right? So these things are very common in humans. These are the three ways to respond to threats. One of the ways that teenager is adapting now for responding to this threat is fight back, and that's the reason he tells that, okay, I'm not a kid anymore. Why do you do this? Why do you say that I'm young, a baby, or I'm still a child? Don't tell me that. And unfortunately, if his friends are making fun of him that you are your mom's son, or they make fun of him saying that you're a child, then he can never stand those words. So in order to show that he is not a child anymore, what does he do? He either gets into some unproductive behaviors, or maybe some faulty behaviors, like maybe smoking, or he also gives back answers, or he even sometimes pushes mom, or hits parents and elders and all that things, just to make him feel that he is not a child anymore, and he wants his rest of his fellow mates and his parents and elders to know that he is not a child anymore. That's the only thing. Now, in order to make him realize that he is not a child, how can we parents create some changes within ourselves? It's very simple. All we have to do is involve the child in all that what we talk about or we discuss at home. It could be some case studies, it could be something related to finance, or it could be something related to management. It is something related to our behavioral issues. My behavior, help me to become a good mom. How will you do that? Or no, what are the things you would suggest to keep our house clean? All that things. Or where is the next trip that we have to plan, and all that things. If you try to ask and take some suggestions and then move ahead, this is going to be really impacting, and this makes them feel that yes, I am a grown-up child, and my parents are also considering me to be a grown-up child. Now when you tell them, just you did not give them anything more, you can just tell them, keep these bunch of keys very safely, because you are grown up now and I want you to take care of all the keys of the house. So when you say that, the child feels, oh yes, I am grown up now, I can take that responsibility. A small responsibility, you are training them to take that responsibility. those small responsibilities also matter a lot to them, and when you tell them that you are grown up and that's why I'm giving you this, I'm sure they'll take that responsibility in a very positive way and see to it that they maintain those tasks what are given to them. The second thing which is very very important is to respect their privacy. This is something very crucial. Most of us, we are neglecting or ignoring this fact. Whenever the child is committing a mistake, what do? We shout in front of everybody, or we yell at child for the mistakes that he has done. Yes, committing mistakes is also not bad, but at the same time when he is learning something, it is better to keep that privacy and tell, and not to tell anybody else at home. Sometimes even the spouse should not know, or even if you tell it with, if you tell it to your spouse also, keep it as a secret so that the child doesn't know that you, both of you know each thing, both of you know about these things. That confidentiality is very very important, because that builds self-esteem, self-respect, and he will start trusting his parent only when you maintain those confidentialities, or you maintain those secrets within yourselves. He should feel that yes, my mom is really concerned about me, my father is really concerned about me, and that's the reason he wants everything to be kept in privacy. Now what happens, the child feels like thinking, and thinking in the perspective of the parent also, and makes him feel that when my parents are thinking about me, I too should feel for them, I too should think about them. Now we start thinking for each other, that emotions and bonding are created between each other. Each one of us have got shortcomings and our own weaknesses, our own pitfalls. So it doesn't mean that everybody is perfect. Child is not perfect. Until and unless a child is 24, his brains are not developed. When the child is reaching the age of 25, almost, we have a fully developed brain. So we cannot consider a teenager to be a mini adult. I have been telling this in all my videos. So kindly see to it that don't consider your child to be a mini adult. He is somebody, or she is somebody who is still growing. So let us be mindful about it and see that they will learn from their mistakes. But how are we going to teach from their mistakes? These things matter a lot in life. This is something that impacts their future, the way you treat them when they were in their teens. Now, the third point that we have to understand is suspecting the child and giving some judgmental quotes or labeling the child, saying that you are lazy or you are good for nothing and all that. Now, usually when we give them the task or when we give them the responsibilities and they're not able to complete them within the time given, what happens is we start blaming them, we start telling things which are really not helpful for the growth and development of children. What happens there? The child is demotivated. Rather, we can give them some rewards for doing something good. Okay, or even if you have not given the rewards for doing good, you can even tell them, see, if you have completed this task, I would have given this particular reward. You still have time, you can do it within this time given. So when you say that, the child is able to get that motivation, and he starts thinking, okay, for at least I'll be getting some rewards and I have to do something. So the reward system really works well, but not in monetary terms. Don't give them all the rewards in terms of money. You might see that your child is longing for a shirt and you have not given that. You can tell them, okay, if you do these things for a week, continuously for a week, you are given this assignment, and if you do this, I will be giving you the shirt that you wanted for, that you were longing for. Now when you say that, the child feels, okay, yes, I can do something, that that reward system, that's what we have been created in that way. We also have that Almighty has designed us in that way. That Almighty has said, whoever is doing something good in life, you will be getting the reward for that. Now why is that reward system given? Because human beings have that tendency to work. Another thing is about the suspicion that I want to say. Usually I don't recommend to give mobiles or any other device in private to your child. Never do that. If it is in the public place, maybe in the living area or the bedroom where everybody are seated together and you want to watch something, it's fine, it's well and good. But otherwise, I highly don't recommend. But if you have given, by circumstances, any by chance you have given that particular device to your child, and then you're again going and checking it, I don't recommend that. This is not possible, because you are again losing that trust. The child feels that my mom is not trusting me. Make them feel that I trust you a lot, and I know that you are not the one who goes and sees or watches all those porn videos and all those things. I know you will not do it. So take them into confidence every time, and also make dua for them, pray for them, because prayers are something, the greatest weapons on earth, which we can use and which we can rely upon. So try to make use of all these things, and also share this video with others whom you are really concerned about. If you feel that you can change your life, or you can change certain habits of yours with these tips that I'm going to share with you, you also share it with your friends and relatives so that they also get the benefit out of it. Thank you for watching this video again.